Hey there, Cancer. It is Ashley, and we are going to take a look at what you have coming in for the week of the Aquarius full moon. So the full moon is taking place on August 22nd. So this reading will be for that full week. We're going to look at past, present, and future. Kind of get an idea of where you're at and where you're going. And just overall kind of get some messages as to what the full moon's bringing in for you. If this reading does not resonate, please go ahead and look at your sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements for additional messages. And remember to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if this is your reading. I love hearing from you. And we'll go ahead and get started. So Cancer for the week of August 22nd. We're getting the Magician, the Queen of Wands, and the Two of Wands. I'm actually going to scoot this up just a smidge so we can get all the cards on camera. The Ace of Cups. Oh wow, King of Wands. King and Queen here. And the Page of Swords. And we're getting Justice, the Hermit, and the Ten of Wands. At the bottom of the deck we have the Seven of Cups. So perhaps kind of in a bit of a dreamy kind of energy. Could also be kind of contemplating your options when it comes to the future. I do feel like this is probably a love reading. We have not only the Ace of Cups and Justice here, but we have both King and Queen of Wands. We'll kind of see what comes through, if there's any career messages here. So we have the Magician, the Ace of Cups, and Justice. So, and then we have Treasure Island coming in, but it's in the reverse. So it could be some, in the past, just having dealt with some poverty consciousness. This could be in financial matters and in love. It could simply be that with that Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck, that you haven't been sure if you want to manifest a new relationship in the past. But I do feel like one is coming in here. One that is very passionate and emotionally satisfying and balanced as well. So let's kind of get some clarity on this past position here. I almost get the feeling it's like you want to manifest new love, but then there's maybe some fears around it. Alright. What do we have? The Magician. Yep, Nine of Wands. And the Devil. Okay. Perhaps dealt with someone who was pretty toxic and manipulative in the past. And you want nothing to do with that kind of energy. What's this Ace of Cups? Yep, the Hermit. So kind of contemplating if you're even in, and the King of Wands again. So definitely could be dealing with a fire sign. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. We have have Capricorn, Virgo, Libra, Virgo again, and a little bit of air on the table so far. What's with Justice? We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Empress. Okay. So, in the past, I do feel like you probably have dealt with kind of a negative toxic situation, and your guard is up against that kind of behavior or communication style. I mean, it could be any kind of toxicity. It could also be like drugs and alcohol related type of toxicity. You've experienced that in the past. And I will say initially, like, we have the King of Wands coming in here, and we also have the Magician pointing at the King of Wands. And so it's like you really want a passionate and like a high like sexual attraction. You want like a deep chemistry with someone, but it also can be that you don't want some of the toxicity that can kind of come along with a connection like that. Like, you know, when something's really an intense attraction, it can also be really intensely repelling on the negative side, if that makes sense. And so I think you've kind of been in this place of reflection in the past. Could be because of a fire sign, and I mean, you could be dealing with two separate fire signs here. Just putting that out there. But it could be that you've kind of been reflecting on whether you wanted to nurture a new beginning with someone here. Or if you just wanted love in general, right? Because I think in the past, you've experienced a lack of balance in relationships. And what you're wanting to do is kind of take control and get the karma that you deserve, right? Like, you deserve abundance. And I think in the past, you've probably found that maybe you were accepting things that were less than what you deserve. And so I kind of get this feeling like there's this, like, I have this past, I've dealt with these types of toxic relationships. I do want love, but I want it to be healthy, and I want it to be what I'm worthy of. And so with this Treasure Island in reverse, I think it's just kind of speaking to how perhaps at some point in the deep past you were in a poverty consciousness type of energy where maybe your self-worth wasn't quite up to snuff yet. But I do think that something that you've learned in the past has helped you with that. So let's look at the present moment. We have water, and it says emotional well-being. So I do feel like there's some healing that's been happening here. I do feel like there's a lot of emotions involved here. But I think part of what you've been focusing on too is trying to have some fun with that dolphin energy coming in. You know, dolphins are not only intelligent, but they play. And so could be kind of looking for something that's more light and playful. And that makes sense here with the King and Queen of Wands coming in. So it could be dealing with divine counterparts. We do have the Hermit here as well. So let's get some more detail on the present moment. Now this could also be simply your inner masculine and feminine coming together and bossing up, if that makes sense. So this doesn't necessarily have to be a new love or a partnership. This could be you experiencing union within. Let's see, Queen of Wands. We're getting the Three of Wands. And the Eight of Swords. For the King of Wands, we're getting the Ten of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles. And with the Hermit, we're getting the King of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, so could be dealing with more than one person here. We have both the King of Cups and the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So it kind of feels like this Queen of Wands has two potential partners coming through. Now it doesn't have to be. This King of Cups energy could just be this reflection that you've had on some of your deeper emotions. Okay, so with the Queen of Wands, and that makes sense with this water energy coming in. So with this Queen of Wands, I kind of feel like whoever's embodying this, now this could be you, Cancer. It kind of feels like maybe you've been stuck waiting for your counterpart to get on board, to want to put in the time and effort to make, something stable with you. And I feel like in that waiting period, you've kind of been in this hermit mode, kind of gone into quiet reflection. And I also noticed that, she's opening a laptop there. So it could be that you've been experiencing some kind of dark night of the soul type of energy, and kind of trying to learn more about, what you've experienced, what you've been going through, kind of doing some deeper research for yourself. Now we have the King of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So I do feel like someone, either you or your person, has done some deep reflection and has decided that there is like a strong emotional component to this situation, and is coming forward with that offer that you have been waiting for. Okay, so this is happening in the present moment. If it hasn't happened yet, I do feel like it's coming in soon. Okay, and that King of Cups energy, he's deeply intuitive and deeply emotional, but he tends to kind of like, he's sitting on this like almost like concrete platform on his throne, surrounded by choppy water. And so it could very well be that the person that you're dealing with that has yet or is about to come forward with this offer has been kind of hiding these emotions, kind of acting maybe a little bit more spicy, a little bit more passionate, but maybe not quite emotional, right? Because, we have the Hermit and the King of Cups, and then we have the Hermit and the King of Wands. So I kind of feel like this King of Wands is transforming into a more emotional state of being. Now, for some of you, this could be someone that you work with in the workplace. It could also be someone that you were married to in the past, because we not only have divine counterparts, we also have justice on the board. And so it could be that you're coming from a kind of a toxic past situation with this person or with someone else. And they're finally like, you've been doing all this waiting, kind of stuck in your head a little bit about, what's really next on the horizon. Is this person going to come in and work with me, or are they all business? So I do kind of feel like maybe this might be a workplace type of situation. It doesn't have to be. So in the future position, we have the Earth Oracle. And really what this talks about is kind of recognizing that you're here to learn, you're here to bring your gifts to the table, to contribute to just the overall collective and the planet. Let me actually quickly read this to you. When the earth symbol appears, it represents a need to focus on reverence and appreciation for the natural gifts that are coming to you now and always. The concrete world you inhabit is there by the grace of spirit, and you are part of it. Much can be accomplished now when you focus on compassionate, reverent service to the world. If you act with integrity, gratitude, and humility, you'll find yourself more prosperous than you can imagine. Success is assured when the earth appears as an invitation. So it kind of almost feels like this crazy transformation from this poverty consciousness into suddenly realizing that you can be all abundant when you tap into your intuition and your emotional side. Yeah, that looks good. I also saw the star at the bottom of the deck, so it could be dealing with an Aquarius. Let's see, we have the Two of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. So I do feel like there's maybe a decision to make here. There could be some communication that's coming into you, perhaps from this King of Wands, King of Cups energy. They're finally coming forward with that Page of Pentacles. And perhaps communicating with you. But I do feel like you might have a decision involved here with this. So let's see. What's this Two of Wands here for? We have the Five of Wands and the Three of Cups. With the Page of Swords, we have the High Priestess, so that's Pisces energy. With the Ten of Cups. With the Ten of Wands, we have the Seven of Swords. And the Eight of Cups. Okay. So a couple of scenarios here. Take what resonates. The first thing that I get that's coming through is that this particular King of Wands energy might be the person you were dealing with in the past that was bringing a lot of toxicity and perhaps even manipulation into your life. So you may have had a past relationship with this person, and now you've been waiting to see if they're going to come in and want to work on it with you, and now they come in and make this offer, and now you're in this position of having to decide if you want to reunite with them. But I think you're conflicted about it with that Five of Wands, right? There's like some concern about, I'm certain, because this Two of Wands is looking into the past, like, is that going to repeat? Have they changed, right? And, with this Ten of Wands, you've been kind of burdened by their lack of forthcoming, like, they haven't been honest in the past. And so I think you might be walking away from that particular energy. But I think part of what's coming in is some kind of communication from this person that they've been hiding from you. And I think what they've been hiding from you is that you are, like, they haven't been in their emotions in the past. And now they're coming forward and saying, well, you're my 10 of Cups. And now there's a lot of conflict because you know how they've been in the past. And they want a new beginning with you. For if that's not your story, I do feel like there's potentially 2 offers coming in here. I feel like one of them may be from this King of Wands energy, and that is putting you in a conflicted place because you might feel like they're kind of a player, that they have options, and that there's competition for their attention, and you know what it's like in the past with that person. But I also feel like, well, we have this King of Cups and this High Priestess here. I feel like you might actually have someone else keeping an eye on you secretively that has deep feelings for you, and you just aren't aware of that yet. And so with that Page of Swords, you may be receiving like a text message or an email from someone unexpectedly that they are into you. But I think either way, you're going to be dealing with some sort of ending here with the 10 of Wands. Perhaps permanently closing out this past cycle with this kind of manipulative liar, cheater, stealer energy and walking towards something that's more emotionally fulfilling. So it could be that you have another person coming in, and that would kind of tie in with this earth abundance message here, that you have options. You have more than one option here, rather than waiting around for this player to get their crap together. It could be that you've decided to work on your coins, work on your own abundance, change your own situation, bring yourself into balance, and that opens up a lot more possibilities for you in the future. This 5 of Wands can also be that, you might have several suitors in the wings that are waiting to kind of battle for your attention. So I just don't know that you've recognized that in the past, because you were dead set on this person. And, rightfully so, you wanted to dedicate yourself to this relationship and work on it and love this person and be loved by this person. And they went in a toxic direction with that love from you. So looks like some interesting change of events in the future here for this full moon. Yeah, could be interesting. Well, I hope that was helpful, Cancer. Go ahead and check out the collective full moon reading. That'll be coming out very soon as well. And we'll look at more of the alignments that are happening at the full moon and how it's going to impact the entire collective. And then go ahead and check out your other placements. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.